Hi, I'm Samantha Anderson, Director of Communications for Newton Public Schools, and I'm here with Dr. Deb Ham, the Superintendent, and we're here for another Board of Education update. But before we get started, I just wanted to remind you guys of our Railer Roundtable tonight at 7 p.m. here at McKinley. We'd love to see you there just to discuss the school district and answer any questions you may have. So, back to business. The night started out on a high note. We recognized our 2019 Kansas Horizon Award nominees. Can you just tell me a little bit about them and the award?
Certainly. Each year, the Kansas Department of Education sends out applications for Horizon Award winners. And Horizon Award is an award established to acknowledge outstanding teachers that have completed their first year of teaching. So these are teachers that are brand new to the classroom and have demonstrated that they are standing kind of above the crowd, if you want to say it that way. And so we had the opportunity last night to acknowledge and celebrate our two district nominees for this award. And in February, their applications will be reviewed, and we hope to get a call from the Kansas State Department of Ed saying that we have one or more of our two candidates that have been accepted as an award winner. So we're looking forward to that.
And who were the two that we nominated?
We nominated from the high school, Chandler Ochoa. And Chandler is coming to us in our foreign language department, and she teaches Spanish. And again, by all accounts, her classroom is an exciting place for high school students, and she is enjoyed by her students and certainly stands out in her contributions to Newton High School. So we're excited to have Chandler be one of our nominees this year. Our other nominee is from the other end of our educational experience in Risa Davenport. And Risa is a pre-K teacher at Cooper Early Childhood Education Center. And again, just an outstanding example of a new teacher, really willing to try new things, and is a bright spot, I'm sure, in her students' lives. So we're excited to have both of these young women with us as new teachers in our district.
That's great. And then we went from there to some gifts we got from the community. Can you just let us know some of the individuals and organizations that supported us?
Absolutely. We're always so, again, thankful and appreciative of the gifts that are given to our schools to support our students and our staff. So the first one was from JB Ince, the class of 1953, and JB donated some cash that will go to the athletic fund at the high school. And again, I know that these gifts are really important to the athletic department. They use it for a variety of things, from helping to support students that cannot afford to pay, to buying supplies and equipment and those kinds of things. So it really does help their fund a lot. And then we also received donations from others. Marilyn Loganville donated to the Harvey County Special Education Cooperative a wheelchair. Again, will be a great asset whenever we have a student that is in need. Sue Harper, in memory of Kurt Harper, donated to South Breeze Elementary cash to purchase books for their library. And again, I just don't think kids can have enough books available to them. So that's a really wonderful gift and will be a great memorial. The class of 1958 donated cash also to two different organizations, the robotics team and also to the Fine Arts Booster Club. So again, both of those organizations are outstanding and really benefit from and need the contributions from our patrons and community members. So we really appreciate the class of 1958 providing those funds for both of those organizations.
Okay, and then from there we went to our grant applications. If a grant's over $20,000, it needs board approval. So they actually approved two. The first was the supplemental application for duration funds at Cooper. Can you explain what that is?
This grant application was provided to the board at the last board meeting. And what this grant does is provide funding for Head Start program to expand beyond a half-day program to a full-day program without us having to cut back on the number of students that we serve. So this is a national emphasis for Head Start to move to all-day programs. So we are looking at applying for additional funding whenever we can so that we can make that happen. So this would provide some for some remodeling of classroom space, because currently we would need 2 additional classrooms in order to do this, and also some furnishings and those kinds of things, as well as paying for the teacher to go full-time in those 2 classrooms. So very excited about the possibility. We will hear about whether or not we have been awarded this grant in March. Okay. So we'll have to wait a little while to find out whether or not we get it.
And the second was the JIIST grant for the Career and Technical Education, or CTE program. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, our CTE program, of course, is, I think, stellar, and one of, if not the best, but one of the best in the state. And so we're always very proud of the work that they do. But one of the things that, particularly in certain areas of career and technical education, such as welding and machining, those are very expensive programs to run and have some very high dollar equipment, which is necessary for the students to learn on. But at some point in time that has to be replaced. So we have some equipment that has gotten to the end of its life, and we have needed to make repairs and are having difficulty at this point getting repair parts for the machinery. So we worked with, our staff worked with Hutchinson Community College to write a grant to replace some very specific equipment that is aging out. And it will help to enhance our program by having students working on equipment that is more current and up to date than the equipment that they're currently working on. And we'll also have less downtime, of course, because it'll be new equipment. So that will be wonderful. We have to match, this is the kind of a grant that we have to match funds. So whatever money we have applied for, we have to also provide similar funding, either through donations or our district budget or vocational funds. So any of those things will be used to match to provide our needed match for this grant. And it'll be several months yet before we know whether or not we will receive that grant also. But I really appreciate the time our staff has put into, Melinda Rangel and Sean Taylor and Mike McConnell, into addressing what are the needs for our programs out at Brooks Trade Center.
Very neat. The last thing discussed was the possible change of our tobacco policy. Can you just give us the rundown on that?
Well, for the last several years, we have been working with our Health and Wellness Committee to provide changes in our protocols, practices, things that we do here in the district to improve health and wellness for students and staff. And as a part of that, one of the things that we were asked to look at by KSDE and KDHE was our tobacco policy. And so we had a tobacco policy that basically was meeting minimum requirements. And so we were asked to strengthen that policy. And one way to strengthen it is to exclude the opportunity for staff to smoke on site. And so this board policy makes that change and makes it so it is not acceptable for staff to smoke anywhere on school property, at school events, or in school vehicles. So the board will review this policy compared to our existing policy and then be ready to take a vote on this at the December 10th board meeting.
All right. Well, those were the highlights for this meeting. And the next meeting is December 10th at 7 at McKinley. We'd love to see you there. And again, we have a Railer Roundtable tonight. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being here, Dr. Ham.
Absolutely.